Hi everyone, Francine here at Devoted Danes, and today is Monday. Oh my goodness. Today would be the first day that Nala is actually, I keep saying Nala, Francesca's actually due. If I went by her breeding dates, today would be the first one. So yesterday we got home, we had someone watching her, but when we got home at 5, she was panting. Notice the gloves. Panting. So we thought, oh, okay, she's ready to go. So from 5 to 10 this morning, she's just been panting. Me and my husband have been taking till 10:30. So yeah, from 5 o'clock last night till 10:30 this morning, up and down, panting, nesting. That's really a long time. Even Ebby and them, some of my long whelpers will go like 7 hours, never over 10 hours. But here we are, she's having her puppies on Monday. They're exactly 4 weeks younger than Nala's crew. So let's take a look. So we're in the middle of delivering, huh, Mommy? And this is what we have so far. We have this little fatty was first. He is either a fawn piebald, or I really have to wait for his fur to dry to really get a good look at him. And then she had a perfect mantle, black mantle like herself, but even Cheska's kind of a mismarked mantle, but she is a mantle. And then this little guy just showed up. He is awful cute. Look at that little face. He's a piebald. So, and look at his little tail. This is a boy. Isn't he adorable? So the first one was big, but he is kind of the size I would be expecting for what I saw on her ultrasound. And it really took us a long time to get to this point. It was a long night. This is a little girl. She was second born. Is she not the cutest little thing you ever did see? She's a perfect mantle. I got a thing for mantles. Oh, excuse me. And then this little fat boy was first. He is gorgeous. Look at that face. He is awful cute. He is also a piebald. Oh, she's going to clean him. And she's been doing awesome. This is her first litter, as everybody knows. Look at this tail. He's got like a... So I don't know if he's chocolate or fawn. I'm still debating, because his daddy's grizzly. We know grizzly's chocolate. So this is the 3 amigos so far. And they've all been great latchers. So that's always something that's difficult to deal with when they're first born, is latching, making sure everybody's latching. And she's been doing awesome. She really has the mother instinct, which I was happy, because I always thought Jessica's kind of iffy skippy sometimes, but she really has been great. She loves her babies, and you never know how new moms are going to take, but she really loves them. Every time we took her firstborn and put him in the basket, she'd have to get up and go see him in the basket, and she loves cleaning him. And he likes getting away from her, but he was just born, and he's been doing great, eating, latching, and she's really got still a huge tummy full. So between number 1 and number 3, I guess you could say, we lost one. He was, we don't even know. It was just in the sack, and it was, which happens with huge litters. They start to, if they pass, they decompose. So that one was in the process of it, and we didn't open it. We just kind of take it away, and we have a place where we put our puppies that we lose during birth. Cat's in here. So she's actually had 4 so far, and she's pretty full. We were worried, and we were actually going to take her to our reproductive vet, because we've never had such a huge span of just, she wasn't pushing, her water didn't break. Yeah, pre-labor. We haven't had that much. That's my husband. We haven't had that much pre-labor before, so we were kind of nervous, so we decided together that we should call our reproductive vet, and we were going to bring her in. We brought her outside to go potty, and I think her water broke out there. That was about 10 o'clock. No, it was earlier, 9:30, because we had to be at the vet's for 10:30. So it was about 9 o'clock. And her water broke, I think, outside, because when she came in, she started pushing like there was no tomorrow. And she's had 4 so far. She's doing awesome, but she is fully loaded still. So we will have, it looks like a lot of piebalds. I just love piebalds too. Kayla does too. But look at this little girl. Mom, I'm hungry. And they all been latching awesome. Like, she's so cute. Look at her. She's like pretty perfect. I mean, she looks like her grandpa Frank. And this would be Frank's line, because Cheska's comes from Farley. That's her dad. Actually, no, I messed that up. Cheska's mom is Nala. Nala comes from Farley. Other side, Francine. I get too many dogs. So she's doing awesome. So we're down to 3. We've had 3 so far. We'll see how many we end up with. Maybe we should make bets on what we think. How many do you think?
12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the thing is that we have our own ultrasound, so we looked, and I thought Nala was going to have a small litter, and she ended up with 10. And I saw Cheska, and I said, oh my gosh, this is going to be a huge litter. So I can just imagine. So I don't think 12 is a far fetch. I would almost think more than 12, maybe 13. Because look at this guy, how long and skinny he is. I mean, not little fat boy over here, but... So we'll keep you updated. Okay, a little update. She's been going quick. I think the last time I did it, we had 3. Now we're up to 6. And it looks like mantles, and more mantles. Oh, and she had a little black, I think, girl. Are you a little girl? Yeah, mostly boys though. So 1, 2, 3 mantles. This one was just born. Little boy. Hi, cutie pie. Isn't he cute? Oh, is that your mama? So what we do when we try to get them is we get them cleaned up and put right back on mom. And all of them have been really good latchers. Number 5 was kind of slow coming out. It was the black girl. She had one of those zone placentas wrapped around her, so it makes it hard for mom to push her out, because it's not only is the sac this thick, but the puppy has like that band around him, and it was like green, so that means the puppy usually has stressed while they're in there. But even with that being said, she's fine. She actually was out, and she's in here eating with her siblings. And this is the one that just was born, and look, he is already eating. So we have a lot of little mantles so far, which is, we haven't had that many mantles since our very first litter with Frank and Fiona many years ago. I remember we had like 5 little mantles. They were so cute. So I love mantles. I love piebalds too. This is the only one that seems to be have the fawn or chocolate. I haven't really got them in good lighting. But it looks like the majority are boys. And mom is taking a nap. But as you can see, her belly is still pretty full. So she's not done. So what I'll do is I'll let her go. And then when I think she's almost done, like I normally do, I'll take out my ultrasound and I'll see what's left. Cheska really isn't a fan of ultrasounds or needles. She's always been a little bit skittish with needles since she was a puppy at the vet's, but she's been very good. She's been, I mean, for her first litter, I've been able to do anything, and she's been totally fine with it. So she's a new mom, and it's new things, so she seems to be adapting pretty well. And another thing, like Francesca, another reason why we kept her, not only because I like mantles and, you know, we wanted to keep her, but you always want to keep a girl that has, keep a girl from a mother that has good whelping. So, as you guys know, Francesca is Nala's daughter, and Nala is Ebby's daughter. Ebby was my best whelper. She also was the tiniest Dane that I have. And she had the biggest litters. That's why she, if you ever see videos of her, her teats are still hanging. it's not because she was overbred. It's because she was so tiny and she got so much milk. She actually had mastitis and blowout. Like my first mastitis blowout was with her. So she hasn't had puppies for over a year, and you can see her teats are still hanging low, but it's because she's such a small frame. It just never went back. But she is retired. I just have to get her spayed. I have her to get spayed. Who else? Oh, I have another spay and then a neuter. I've been waiting for these guys to be born to schedule Diesel's neuter, as you guys all know. Plus he's been putting the weight back on. And this is his daughter, Diesel's daughter. So Diesel carries the piebald, and that's why you get these little piebalds. She gets that from her father's side. He also carries tan point, but Grizzly, her mate, doesn't carry tan point, so they didn't have any. But he does carry piebald. That's why we have 2 so far. So it's all the fascinatings of genetics, honestly. Like you might think, oh, like obviously Grizzly carries mantle also. There is not a test for mantle, but they would not produce mantles unless they both carried them. Obviously Cheska does, because she is a mantle herself. She comes from her dad as a mantle. But like Ebby and Farley never had any mantles because Ebby doesn't carry mantle and Farley does. But they both have to carry it to produce it. So I never got mantles out of them. Yeah. So Grizzly is a solid chocolate, but he carries a rainbow of colors. That's why, one of the reasons why we got him. Another was because he was so sweet and cute when he was little. I saw him and I was looking for a new stud, and he fit the bill. So he carries a lot of stuff. His parents are beautiful. Grizzly is our chocolate. His mom is a lilac, and his dad is this like patchwork harlequin. Absolutely gorgeous. So he carries lilac. As you know, Violet is also a beautiful dog, and her mom was lilac harlequin. So there's a lot of like cool genetics that Grizzly has per what female I want to breed him with. So that was another reason why I had him color tested. When I got him, I kind of had an inkling of what he would have just based on his parents, but you just never know until you do color testing. Like Cheska's been color tested, and you know, some of the things that you think she would carry, like blue from her grandmother, she doesn't carry blue. So you know, it's not, so she almost has more of her dad's genetics. Francesca does. Look at this guy. So we're up to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we did lose 1, so she would have been up to 7. As I said before, it was reabsorbing. So if you're not familiar with whelping, you probably wouldn't realize, but sometimes the puppy will die in the uterus, and what happens is it just starts to break back down and go back into, so this one was breaking back down. We didn't take it out of the sack or anything. We just kind of tossed it. So we don't know if it was a boy or a girl. Tossed it, meaning we're going to, we just put him or her away for now, and we will bury them on the property. But we didn't want it in here where she can smell it and wants to find out what's going on, because she does know. Look at this little cutie patootie. It's hard because the lighting stinks right now, but he's a cutie. And they're all doing so good. Like this one just was born and he's already eating. So it looks like we have mostly boys. I think just 2 girls so far. It's funny though, because everybody's been asking for boys. It's weird, you just never know. So I'll keep you posted. And we're back. She's taking a little snooze on my leg. And we're up to how many now? 9. We're up to 9. Look at this one. Another mantle. We did have one that was just too much, took on too much water, didn't make it. So we would have been at 10. Right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, we're losing track. I get delirious. It's only almost 6:30. She's been really doing really good for the short amount of time she's been delivering. Sometimes it took Lexi 3 days to deliver 12 puppies.
Yeah.
We had another piebald girl, and I think whoever gets her needs to name her Bullseye. You'll see why in a minute. She's got one eye. Now, so she was born before the one that just passed, and I really had to work on her too. And then, so we'll see. You can see where she picked at her scab. I was watching her pick at her scab earlier on her foot. Look at, so she's really doing good now. Little Bullseye. So Mama's resting, but I think we're not done. I think she's got more. So we have mantles and piebalds and one black girl. It was a little black boy that didn't make it. He was just, we worked on him for a long time, but we just couldn't get him to come back. Sometimes that happens, and it's sad, but it's part of breeding. And we're all powwowing in here next to Francesca. Support. It's a messy job. We'll both have to take a shower after this, and we'll get all her blankets cleaned out and get her something good to eat. She's been just taking ice cubes, and she did take some peanut butter, but she really wasn't even drinking water. But she loves ice cubes, so she would take that. I already showed you where yours was. And I think she still has more puppies, because she's not totally skinny yet. So this is honestly what happens when you have huge litters. They have a hard time getting out in a timely fashion, and you end up losing some because of that. And then one was just, like I had said earlier, it had passed away a little bit, and it wasn't, even if it was born, it was already deceased in the womb. But this little guy that came out was still pink, so we tried our best, and we just couldn't do it. But everybody else is doing good. Look at Mama.
So what do you think? He took on too much water?
I think you did, didn't you? Because
yeah.
It was literally, we had them, so what we do is you turn them down like this so it comes out, and you really have to be rough to work a cry out. Because like one I'm calling Bullseye, she was barely gasping when we took her out, and I really had to work on her for probably 10 or 15 minutes, so I got her breathing, but she was still kind of gasping funny, which happens when you have to resuscitate. But I mean, she's been around for a little bit now, and she's already maybe half hour maybe she's been bored. She's already eating off Mom, so she's doing good, and she's smaller. Actually, I think they're all about the same size except for the firstborn one, and he is a fawn piebald, the only fawn. The rest are all black mantle piebalds or just piebalds. Like, she's just a piebald, where the other one is a mantle, because you can see his little face. This is him right here. He's a mantle piebald. So we'll see. Mom's going to take a break, but you can see she's still got puppies. So once she stops having them on her own, then I'll take out our ultrasound machine and we'll check her to see what's left. But we usually wait to see. But right now she's just regrouping. She's taken a couple of little snoozes, but they're not even really that long. But yeah, she's got her peeps with her, so she's happy. All right, guys. Hi, everybody. I'm back. So I think we're up to 9 last time, but we're up to 9 this time. We're up to actually 10, but we did lose one. This little lady was born. Hi, Lady Dane. She's so many little piebalds. Well, Mom, I was just showing her. I wasn't holding her for you to... Can I put her down now, Mom? I don't really have her the best grip. She's just looking to have something to eat, Mom. Yep, that's it. So I've been waiting. I did take out my ultrasound and saw 2 more. So she's had one, and she's been snoozing off and on. Everybody in here is snoozing too. So what I've been doing is waiting for him to wake up and look for food and then putting him on. But I think I will get a better system. Like, we have 9 right now, 1 more. So if I have 10, I'll do them in groups of 5, like all the piebalds with maybe one of the, one of maybe with the black one, and then the other one with all the mantles, just so I can figure out who's eating and who's not. And she's still relaxing. I still have to, I took out some of the blankets, but I still have all these to like swap out. She keeps digging them up and stuff, so I figured I'd wait until she's completely done. And she's been resting quite a bit. Before she was really like having puppy after puppy, but now she's slowed down a bit. The puppies are on her. I think we have 1 more from what I saw in the ultrasound, but it is getting late, and we've been at this all day. Actually, we've been at this since yesterday. It's like almost 10 o'clock, so I'm hoping she pushes the last one out, and we can get the blankets cleaned up, put the mat down, and then put the whelping puppy mat down. I got a new one, but I didn't want to put it now while she's going to have it all gross. So we decided to, you know, just wait for that. And then we'll be making ourselves a bed in here too for how long ever it takes for her to get used to being a mom to her babies. She's doing pretty good. She's very exhausted. She did have a dinner. She has been eating tons of ice. She loves ice, and then she has been drinking some nice cool water. I offered her milk like I typically do our other moms, but she didn't want it. So I was like, all right. These are these 2 little turkeys eating. So I've been rotating them out, and I'm waiting for her to finish this up. I think she knows. So we were kind of wondering how the last 2 puppies would come out because, let's see, puppy number, we have 9 right now, but it was actually before the last one. So it was puppy number 8, really came out taking on a lot of, ambiotic fluid, and he really didn't make it. We tried our best, like I said, to save him, but so we were wondering how the last 2 were going to do, but the one I just showed you, came out in her sack. As soon as I opened it, she was very vocal, not taking on fluid, and so that was good. I'm hoping the last one is fine too, but it has been a long time. Which they should still be fine. Like, I did the ultrasound, I could see the heartbeat, so they were both still alive when I checked. I think sometimes it's coming on the way out down the canal. If they start taking on fluids, you just never can tell. So it's one of the unfortunate things of breeding, but this should be the last one, and then I'm ready to call it a night. I've had minimal sleep. I've been sleeping in here. She's pretty close to our bedroom, so we can hear her, but still, we have surveillance, like, so I can watch her from wherever I am, but she's a new mom, so we really don't trust her alone with her babies yet. Even like, if the dogs get haired up and they're noisy as they leave a room, she wants to jump up, so that's all new mom stuff. Once she's a senior mom or gets more experience, she won't let that bother her. She'll just sit here because she knows she's safe in here. They're not going to be able to come in. She has her own room, and then she has actually even, you know, the paneling too. So there's no way that anybody's going to come in here and bother her babies, but she doesn't realize that yet. So she's being a mother hen, protecting her babies. So she's doing good, but she ate good. I was happy about that, where she hadn't eaten yet before. So these are Grizzly's babies, and they're very cute. It looks like we have a bunch of piebalds and a bunch of mantles. And one little black girl. And you can see Mom is starting to push. I thought I just saw her pushing. Yep, she is. She's trying to get rid of that last puppy. Kick it out, Mama. And you can actually see her like contoured now. Before you couldn't. She was humongous. And I knew she was. And I'm just so glad we took the time with her today. Being a new mom, you can get kind of nervous and say, oh, well, I don't know, you know. And if I have an opportunity to bring her a repo vet, I probably should. But we waited it out. And that's a lot of things that I think new breeders make a mistake. They think, oh my God, they're supposed to have a puppy every hour. It's not true. Every dog is different. Every mom is different. Like she whelped a ton of them. And then the last couple, she's been really taking naps in between. I didn't get worried. She's exhausted. So a lot of times they'll take, it's called a whelping pause. And the mom will just take a nap. Half the time I take a nap with her. But so she just took a good nap. She had something good to eat. She went out potty. She's just been nursing these little babies. And now she's waking up and you can see she's pushing out that last puppy. Fingers crossed that's our last puppy. And that will be 10 survivors. So that would have been 12 for her first litter, which is a big litter. So yeah, we're going to be busy. 20 puppies if if all goes well with this last puppy, which I'm hoping it does, I really do. But yeah, that's a mistake a lot of new breeders make. They'll rush to the vets, and I did it myself in the beginning, like how she's not progressing. Well, it takes time. Everything looks fine, take her home, and she had them. So I've kind of learned my lesson for that. And even just talking about, I probably look horrible. Oh, I do. No, this is why oh my gosh, I look awful. So this is a day in the life of a breeder right here. Anyway, so even like when we did Kayla's litter, I was over there, not much. She did it pretty much by herself. But Lexi went on for like 3 days, and she just did it at her own pace, and the puppies were fine. She had one puppy that didn't make it, and I mean, that happens. It's not anything to do with the mother. It just like Cheska's, she had it within a reasonable amount of time. It came out in a sack. It just took on too much water or fluid and didn't make it. So that's how Kayla had lost one too, but Lexi was in labor for like a stretch of 3 days. Like she started and went, and then even, I mean, Cheska, if you really think about it, her pre-labor started yesterday at 5 in the afternoon. It's after 9 now, so it's over 24 hours. So anybody get into breeding that thinks that it's a quick thing, it's not. Don't even fool yourself, because it's not. It takes time and patience. Like you have to be able to stay up all night with them if that's what it takes. And I'm pretty, I don't know, I'm fickle like that. Like I thrive for once she started having the puppies, I'm good to go. But even the pre-time, it was like I was sleeping in here, or my husband was in here, or we were just monitoring her because she's clingy. She wants to be with us. But the most thing you can do is just kind of know your female, know that after you have a bunch of puppies, you're going to need a break. It's not like, okay, let's get them up moving. They're already tired. Those are Nala's puppies, probably horsing around. Or they're getting ready to eat. I think my husband's feeding them. They'll get very vocal if they see us come in. They're on mush. Little devils. They're so cute. They look so huge now compared to these guys. But, so Cheska was a little nervous because this is her first time, and you know, wasn't sure how it was gonna go, and it went fantastic. I mean, it's 10 o'clock, but we've had really no big problems. So all in all, I think it went great. I mean, it is time consuming, but I knew that from the beginning. So, and she's doing fantastic. Actually, I think she's doing pretty quick for the amount of puppies she's had. Here they are. So we'll see if that 10th one comes out. It seems like she's pushing a little bit and relaxing a little bit. And I have to get collars on these guys. I have my other puppies, I have to switch out the collars, do a new weight, get pictures. So I'm gonna be busy. So I'll keep you posted if we have puppy number 10, how it goes. So welcome back, everybody. So if you've gotten to this part of the video, we are now, fast forward, these puppies will be a week old tomorrow, actually. So Francesca had 10 total, as you know. So we did have, she was doing pretty good, and then in the end we started having longer like times between puppies because it does take a lot out of them. So the last one, she had number 9, and then actually she had number 7, and then I took the ultrasound machine out and I saw 2 more, and I was like, oh, we were actually doing pretty good. She was having like 1 puppy every hour, and then it took a while for number 9, and then number 10 I saw was like pretty low, so it has a long way to get up and out. And it had been like 3 hours. She's just really tired, and you really want to make sure that they have them all out because they can like stop labor and not push out that puppy. That's actually happened to us. That's why we bought the ultrasound machine. Eva had her first litter, as a matter of fact, the only one that she had natural. We thought all the puppies were out because when we brought her in for the ultrasound or the x-ray, the x-rays aren't always, if they're not crystal clear, they're really hard to count. So you could plus or minus 1. So that was the case with Eva. We actually thought she was all done. She stopped pushing, and then 2 days later she passed a big puppy. And we got lucky because it could have gone septic, and she could have not passed it, and she could have passed away, and all her puppies also. So that's why we bought the ultrasound machine, and now at the end we check. So I've gotten pretty good. Plus you honestly can't miss a skeleton. What you will see in there is like little, they almost look like little sacs, but they're actually like the placentas that didn't come out with the puppy, which does happen. There's been a lot of studies saying like, oh, placentas have to come out, and then there's studies saying it's okay if they don't. So we don't always get them. They don't always come out, and none of our girls have gotten sick or anything from that. So I said, well, you know, she was really like tired, so I was like, let's get her up and go out to the bathroom. So you know, we were both pretty tired because it had been a lengthy pre-labor, so she's exhausted, but she did awesome. She really did awesome. If you didn't mind the whole like pre-labor the whole day before, and then whelping 10 puppies is an all-day project too. So it really took her a couple days to get these guys moved out, and so when I took her outside to the bathroom. So it's dark out, so I got the headlamp on, and I'm watching her, and she's going to the bathroom, and she's like clearing her GI tract too. So she's going poop, and she did that, and then all of a sudden she started really pushing. I'm like, oh dear Lord. Next thing you know, number 10 comes popping out, and it was dark time. We hadn't had the snow yet, so it was a dirt spot that she ended up dropping her. So our little number 10 was a little black girl, and I thought, because I wear glasses as it is, so I thought, oh gee, she's starting to decompose, because I saw like brown on her, like, but it wasn't, it was a dirt, and she was breathing on her own. Mind you, I went outside just to go potty. I had nothing with me but my shirt, so I'm like taking my shirt, cupping her up with the placenta still attached, running inside, because I suck out their nose and mouth. I didn't have any of that, but she did great. She's alive. This is them right now. Number 10 is her. So the first day she didn't want to eat or anything. She's really tiny compared to the rest. I mean, it's hard because the lighting in here is kind of dull, but she's very small. But so the first day she didn't eat at all, and I got really worried, like, oh no, I didn't think she was gonna make it. And then like magic, I syringed mom's milk, put it in a thing, and she just, like, the switch went off and she started nursing like there was no tomorrow. So she still is relatively small compared to the others. So right now I have the piebalds on her with one black one. I try to do it in 5. So she's got this 5 on her. And they're eating. And then the other 5 are in the laundry basket. And I have opted to put a heat light in here just because there is a window. I did plastic it, but where they're in the basket, I just did another line of heat. It is a Premier 1. It's a nice light from Premier 1. It's plastic on the outside and stuff, so it's a little bit more safer. Plus I have it zip tied to the kennel itself. So these guys probably look funky because the light is orange on them, but they're snoozing, waiting for their turn. And then there's the other black girl. She's great. She's been doing good. She's kind of one of the chubby ones. So our 2 small ones of the litter are this little lady, the piebald, and I always said whoever gets her should name her Bullseye. I know, Mommy, how dare we touch her? She's the cutest little thing. It's hard because the lighting right now is miserable. I have plastic on the window, so it doesn't help, but I always make sure her and the black girl with the orangey blue collar stays on longer because they are the smaller ones of the 2. Just like Nala's litter, Harley's the smaller one. Harley also gets more feeding time than everybody else because she's the 4-pounder. And she's very content. She wants me to hold them so she can clean them up before I put them on. So this is Jessica's first litter, so she's doing really awesome. Sometimes the puppies do get out. I'll come in here and find some on her. So the reason why they're in the basket is because she is a new mom. She doesn't realize if she hears a sound, you can't just jump up and go bark at the window or the door, whichever she feels like barking at, because she will step on one of these guys. So that's why we put it in the basket. Now we're hoping, that's why we have them in the basket. So we're hoping that they're a week old, and we're hoping we give it more time that she'll be okay to have her puppies out with her all the time. Once in a while, I'll leave one of the little ones out here with her just to see how she does, and she does pretty good. Like, one was in the middle, so she really scooched up small on the side beside her so she could sit beside her, and nudged her for her baby to come over to her. So she has been doing good, but this is kind of what we do for all new moms. We make sure that if they are with the babies, we're here just so no accidents happen. And like her mom, Nala, we did the same thing. Her grandmother, Ebby, we had to stay with her for 2 weeks because Ebby was kind of high-strung, and really, like, if she heard barking or if one of the puppies really started squealing, she'd get up and run around frantic and wouldn't know what to do. So those are all parts of new mom stuff. But Cheska's actually been doing really good, and I'm happy because we did get a little worried where we thought we might have to bring her in because she wasn't progressing. It was just because we didn't wait. Birth takes a long time no matter what species you are. So that's it. And our other little guys, they just turned, well, tomorrow they'll be 5 weeks old, but they're 4 weeks old. They just had their first bath. They're doing very good. They're really putting on the weight now that we have been supplementing food. We feed them like 4 times a day, and they're eating like 4 cups plus the formula that has goat's milk and yogurt, water, Carol syrup and stuff in it too. So they're starting to actually put on the weight, which is what we were hoping for. In the window. We'll help him wash the baby. I'm coming back, everybody. Oh my God, we're in water. You see that, Molly? It's our first bath time. Bath time. So now that they're getting older, they get sticky. So I figured, why not give them their first bath? And they are drinking the water too. So there's a puppies full of a bath full of puppies. Hi. They're so cute. Imagine that, guys. Woo! Watering my little flowers. Oh my goodness. It's too hot. Oh, I can hear somebody drinking the water. Oh, the orange colored, pink colored girl. Yes, I know. It's sticky from your new food. Big kids now. Oh, it's okay. Darling. You tried to run. Scrub it up. 100 dogs in the tub. Wow, look at you big puppies. Look at you big puppies. Strength in numbers. Yep. So they're kind of sticky, so I figured, why not give them their first bath? Their formula has like, this is a yellow colored boy, getting scrubbed on, getting him scrub on. Oh, this is good. I'll probably lather them all up with the shampoo set. And I use mane and tail for these guys, like I've always used in all of their litters. They just have much in their little bellies full. So I figured, give them a little bath and some water. Get the sticky ears off of them. Yeah, sticky ears. Nobody wants sticky ears. Nobody wants sticky ears. Oh my God, you're gonna be fine, sweet sunshine. Oh, Duke likes that. That's nice. That's nice, huh, Duke? Today too, and I'll post. I'm trying to get the weights, the pictures for these guys. Last week got busy. Beginning Monday, made their 4 weeks old. So I like to give updates and post pictures. But as you know, Monday we also have puppies. Francesca and his. So we weren't able to get that done. So we're working on it today. I figured if I just do them all at once, to get done with. Oh, look at you. Bye, big girl. Luna. Luna. Not sure about this. You guys are little messy buggers. Hi. Hi, big girl. They're so cute. Come on, Ronan. No, about it. Some of them were drinking the water, which they haven't had water yet. It's good for them. Here, Harley. So Harley's still our little bit. She's tiny, but she's the runt of the litter, so, but she's still gaining, so, and now that they've really been on their week of, well, it hasn't been a week yet. Yeah, I think it has. We started their food last weekend, so yeah, they've been on their food a week. They're doing good. They're all gaining. Some of them are gaining more than others. Can't mention any names for Axel. Okay, I don't want to be bothered. So almost everybody has homes. We're missing just a couple of them have homes from this litter. Look at our little yellow boy and this little girl. She's the pink with the orange green collar. Her sister did find a home. These guys will be ready to go at the end of the month. End of the month. It's cute. I did them. The water's like milky looking. I think it's all the yogurt and stuff off of them.